Thank you, Mark and Melanie, and thanks for all your work putting together this symposium. Really excited about today. And let me add my welcome to everyone for coming to this meeting, both on the web and in the room. Very excited about our meeting today and all the leaders in children's environmental health that will be talking with us. It was only a couple of weeks ago that the governor held his Climate Change Summit in San Francisco, and really central to some of the discussions at the summit was children's environmental health and the impact that climate change has on children's health, as well as the interface between chemicals that are released through fossil fuel combustion and impacts on children's health. So I think this is one of the first years that we've heard so much discussion of the importance of children's health when thinking about issues like climate change. And in California, of course, the governor's very much focused on science. Science in children's health is very much something that we focus on in our work here at OEHA. And many of you may be familiar with our cow and virus screen program. This is where we look at indicators of pollution burden and indicators of vulnerability, put them together and identify disadvantaged communities. So we rank the communities across the state at the census tract level in terms of disadvantage, thinking about things like air pollution exposure and so forth, and also indicators of vulnerability, measures of poverty, measures of impact that relate to increases in adverse effects. And if we look at children, we can look, this map shows where the children, the distribution, places in California which have more density of children. And if we look at disadvantaged communities in children, we see that if you look at children in terms of race and ethnicity, there's a very large burden in disadvantaged communities. Children living in disadvantaged communities. And so this, I don't know, this plot shows you this. And you could see the racial makeup of children under 10 from each decile of this cow and virus screen. And if you look at increasing disadvantage, you see that children of African American children and Hispanic children are much more impacted in living in disadvantaged communities. And this just drives home the message. So, and thank you, Laura August and Andrew Slocum for lending me these slides from our cow and virus screen program. So if we think across all of the different things that we do, and we do similar work as the at the state level as the Environmental Protection Agency at the national level. So we provide the science to support the different regulatory programs within the agency, air pollution programs, water pollution, cleaning up hazardous waste sites and so forth. And we do that by doing a health analysis and characterizing exposures in terms of health effects. And all of that, children are something that we focus on in our center, and Mark's, as center director, does a lot of work to make sure that as we go through and consider children's health, that we consider children's health when we evaluate our different regulatory programs. And of course, so if you protect the child, and if you protect exposures early in life that set you up for, can set you up for disease later in life, and protect the vulnerable, you protect the rest of the population. So I'm really excited today to hear about, and we all are, to hear about the life course and neurobehavioral effects. And again, we have some of the real leaders in the field I can't help but point out all the work that Ricky Pereira has done that supported us in thinking about exposures such as chlorpyrifos early in life and the effects that might have. And of course, Deborah Corey-Slechta, Ted Slechta, you can look at your agenda. We're really thrilled to have such great speakers. So I'll turn it back over to Mark.